Hello there, it's Caroline from Crafty Carly's Creations. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I'm based in Falkirk in central Scotland. And I've come on this evening, got some disturbance from down below. The guide dog has decided she wants to be included in the video. I've come on to do a video hop, and the challenge is to create a card for a wedding. Now we're also having a team retreat in a couple of weeks' time, and one of the things that I have to do for the team retreat is to provide a showcase for the Elegantly Said bundle. So I'm kind of combining both with this card. So I'm going to start off with a blank white card base, which is about 5 and just over 5 3/4 inches wide by 8 1/4 long. Bear with me a second, I'm going to rescue something from my puppy's mouth. There we go. Right, so we start off with that. And I'm going to do some embossing on the side of this, and I'm also going to do some embossing for my sentiment across the front. And I'm going to do that on a piece of black card, so I've got all the embossing over and done with before we go any further. And the sentiment I'm going to use is from the Elegantly Said bundle, and it's True Love Stories Last Forever, because I thought that was quite apt if it's a wedding card. So I need to make it about so long. I say because I'm going to use the punch from the bundle, getting everything that I can in here. I'm going to use the punch to stamp this on. So obviously that's not going to be long enough. So I don't know if you've watched any of my videos before, but that is a trick to be able to make things a bit longer using this punch. And to do that, you take your piece of paper. Excuse the noise, all the dogs in the neighbourhood have decided to go off. So it's just about 1 1/2. So if you make your sentiment 1 1/2 inches wide. If you have watched my videos before, you'll have met Jessie, the guide dog pup, who is 15 weeks old now and doing great with her training, but she doesn't understand why she is trapped in here with me in the cabin and her brothers, our pet dogs, are out in the garden. But that's because Jessie has discovered how to escape, and she goes and visits all the neighbours, so I like to be able to know where she is. Right, so you can see that I fed that through, and this is coming out the end, therefore it won't be punched. You can have that, and then we decide how long we want it to be. So we're going to go maybe about here. It's all very technical, it's all done by eye. I know I should be giving you dimensions, but this is all very just done by the seat of my pants. So we pop this back in here, feed it through like so. I hope you can all see this. And then we just punch that side. There we go. And there we have it. And that's going to be the banner to put the sentiment on. Just get all those wee bits out of there because you don't want them, that causes things to clog up and for it not to punch properly the next time around. So I'll get rid of all that rubbish. Okay. So we'll start off with this, and I'll get a block to put this on. This one here. just do it diagonally across that one because I'm using my other big one for the other. As you can hear, Jessie isn't very happy. Right, so we'll do it on top of a piece of scrap paper, and we're going to go across that way. My partner's trying to die quietly in the corner there, choking. So we'll get your anti-static pad. Just dab across it. And get your pigment ink for embossing. And this is really sticky, and so I'm going to do this one, or the sentiment, in white. I think it'll stand out really nicely on the black. So there we go. A bit of a squeeze. And I don't know if you can see that, but you can actually see the sentiment printed on there. It's clear, and then we take the white embossing powder and sprinkle it over the top. Pop my ink out the way just now. A wee bit squint, but make it look like it's supposed to be like that. That was done on purpose. Just put the rest of that powder back into the pot. Don't want to waste anything. And then use the heat gun. Switch it on. This makes quite a lot of noise. Yes, you come for a look, Jessie. You come to see what's going on. Okay, and you should be able to see the sentiment changing as it embosses. There we go. That's that one done. Oh, has my bin been raided? Oh, that didn't work very well. You can see that didn't work well, and I managed to smudge it. I will redo that before I put that onto the final card, but you get the idea of what's supposed to be done there. And this one here I'm going to emboss using the flower from the Elegantly Said bundle and emboss up the front or up the side of this card. So same thing, go over it with your anti-static pad. And using the embossing ink, you ink up your pad, and then you stamp just as normal. This is going to be on white cards, so I can see it, but I'm not sure you're going to be able to see the image. I will try lifting it before I put the ink on. This I'm going to do in silver. So I've got a number of projects all ready to go for next weekend, so the girls are going to get inundated with different things, so they're getting a wee bit of a sneaky peek because they're getting to see this project before the teen retreat. I forgot to let you see it, sorry guys, but you'll be able to see it when I knock this powder off. You should be able to see that it's hopefully stuck to all the flowers that I embossed. You can just shake it about so that it sticks on everywhere. You can see it hasn't really taken that well around there, so we'll just pop a wee bit more on. See if we shuffle that about a bit, that it takes. Yep, that's a lot better. Just tap the card and blow on it just to get rid of any excess powder that's been left on the card. Now, I cased this card, or got a lot of ideas for this card from Pinterest, which is my go-to place to get ideas for cards when people are asking me to make things and I'm making things for specific people or for birthdays or whatever, and it's a wonderful place to go to, but I always manage to kind of put my own spin on things. So the person who made this card didn't use these flowers. I thought I would try my hardest, being as I've got to showcase the Elegantly Said bundle, I would stick to that bundle entirely. So here we go. Let's hope we get a better result with this embossing than we did the last one. You can definitely see that one. Love that effect. Love when that happens. It's also really great to watch people's faces the first time they see you heat embossing and they see that effect. It's fabulous. Right, okay, so that's the card and how it's going to look, and what I'm going to do is put a strip of paper. This is again from the Elegantly Said bundle. I'm going to put that down there, and I'm going to put a narrower strip of this paper down here just below that, so that strip there is about 1 3/4. So I think I'll put another one which is about 1 inch wide down there. So I'm just going to cut that, so pop that to the side. So it has to be 1 inch wide. Now I will butt my paper right up at the top of my trimmer, and that way I start with the blade down this end and it pushes the paper up so that things stay nice and straight. And we need a piece that's 8 1/4 inches long or wide, however you want to do it. Again, same principle, keep things butted up against this end. And that's that, easy peasy. So that's going to go there, like so. That's going to go, just tuck it underneath. So, just try and line these up so it's the exact same. So it's going to sit like that, which I think is going to look quite nice. And then this is going to sit kind of here. Obviously, I'll redone it because it's a bit messy. Okay, so pencil, and I'm going to put a wee mark here and a wee mark here so that I know where I want to put this. Hello, Jessie. You come back to help. You're a great help, aren't you? Been a bit quiet over the past few weeks. My intention was to try and get a video out to you every Sunday, but last couple of weeks that just hasn't worked. So my plan for today is to sit and make a few videos and to have them all scheduled so that there's no excuse and I can get ahead of myself and get sorted for the summer, because the kids will be finishing up, our kids finish up school next week, the end of June, so things get a bit hectic and a bit busy, although I now only have one school child left because my middle child left school last week. It's her finish, she's done really well in her exams, so that's good. She's off to university in September. And well, the oldest one left school a couple of years ago and now has her own flat and her own job and her own life, so yeah, we don't see much of her. Although she did pop round for dinner last night, so that was nice. Right, okie dokie. Just push that back a bit so that's all nicely lined up. I think that looks lovely. Very nice. Right, let's see if we can do that sentiment again and try and make a better job of it. I'm wondering if I should just stick to silver. Silver and black's quite nice as well, isn't it? So I seem to do better with my silver embossing. Right, so pull that up through here. Can't believe how I managed to get embossing powder absolutely everywhere. The place is covered in it. What I also intend doing with this is tying some of the lovely twine that came with this suite and tying that around the edges as well, so that'll be quite nice. Okay, that's sort of similar size. Covered in powder and ugh, it's all sticky. Right, so here we go again. That piece, which way up will we do it? We'll do it that way, I think. And true love lasts forever. True love stories last forever, sorry. I do love a good wedding. Who doesn't, eh? Haven't had very many over the last year, but I was reading or saw yesterday something on TV about weddings being allowed again and more numbers being allowed, which is good. Good, good, good. We are getting married at the end of the year, but it's just a very small, intimate wedding, just family only, but the following week we plan to have a big party, so hopefully we'll be able to have everybody there. I've got these wee tools, just the tiniest wee bit of cotton wool or fluff on the end. They're actually for use in a dental surgery. Many years ago I was a hygienist and I used to use these for putting fluoride onto kids' teeth, and also for when I was acid etching to do fissure sealants. And we had a packet fall on the floor and spill everywhere, and I thought, well, rather than waste them, I'm going to take them home. Now, I stopped being a hygienist when my middle daughter was born. She's now 18, so they've lasted me a good few years and they do wonderfully well for this sort of thing. But I suppose cotton buds would do the same thing. Right. Let's try again with this. the wee bits of splatter, which looks like, oh, I've done it again. Yeah, that was better. I'll put it together and then I can show you how. So, right. The other thing I have done is I have taken yet another piece of DSP from this suite, which is the one that's got sort of coppery flowers on the front, and I have fussy cut 2 flowers, although one of them seems to have disappeared off my desk. It's probably been chewed by a pup. So I have 2 flowers, and what my thoughts were was to put that there and have the flowers here and here with some of the twine from the bundle, which I'm just going to go and get. And if anybody can see the flower on my desk, shout out. This was the twine that came with the bundle, gold and silver. I'm going to use the silver twine. I really do need that other flower. Just talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Have you stolen a flower, Jessie? No? Okay, well we're going to just have to go with one, or I could just fussy cut another one. Okay. Of course, as soon as I've done this, I will find the one that I've fussy cut already. So it's long. So, my plan is to put online all the videos of everything that I've made for the showcase for the team retreat in the next couple of weeks. So the team retreat is on the 27th, so from there on, I think from the 27th onwards, all of my videos will be to do with the Elegantly Said bundle, because I've got so many things that I have put into my showcase for the retreat. But I'll hopefully get those videos made and scheduled, and then I'll be able to do other videos maybe another time in the week, doing other things so that you don't get absolutely bored with this bundle. But on the other hand, you'll be able to see all the various different things you can do with it, and then you'll realise what good value it is to purchase. And it's a really lovely bundle. As I say, we're getting married at the end of the year, and I've got wedding invitations to make and thank you cards to make. I'm not doing save the date because, well, quite frankly, if people can't remember the date I said that I was getting married on, then you know, that's tough. So yeah, I was thinking about maybe using this, so I've been scouring Pinterest and trying my hardest to look out for ideas. My theme for the wedding is very 1950s, I suppose, sort of somewhere between the 30s and the 50s, that kind of era, which I really love. My hair is going to be in a very 1930s hairstyle, and I've got a lovely headdress that is in that sort of era. My dress is like that as well. My bridesmaids, well, they kind of got to pick their own stuff because they're all young girls and they're not really into the same sort of stuff as I am, but I'm kind of asking them to be mindful when it comes to hair and makeup and things like that, that they try and stick to the same sort of style. And I think they're all quite happy to go along with that. So I have 7 bridesmaids, I think. That includes my flower girl, who's very cute and who thinks that the whole thing is just about her. I'm not going to go right into the corners there. Did I do that last time? That's a different flower I've cut out. That's good. I'm glad about that. Right, okay, so this is going to go here, like so. You know, I'm gonna try for a 3rd time lucky. Oh, maybe not. That's really badly damaged. Right, bear with me a sec. I've got another piece of black card and we'll go again. Piece of scrap black card. Just shy of 1 3/4. Right, 3rd time lucky. Has to work this time, doesn't it? But you'll now all know how to use the punch because you've seen me doing it so often now. Pop this back through this side. Put it up here. Just make sure it's all nice and even. There we go. Pull that out. Oh, managed to bend that. See, it just doesn't like this. Doesn't like this sentiment at all. Right. True love stories last forever, although my love story with this sentiment has ended a long time ago. Embossing powder over the top. Come on guys, keep your fingers crossed this time it's going to work. Having a shaky hand doesn't help, does it? This back into there. Still seems to be quite a lot of splatter on that card. You see it? That I'm not so worried about. I just want it to actually emboss this time and work. Okay, here we go. I'm probably at risk of overdoing it now rather than underdoing it, but hey ho, there we go. So what we're going to do is put some dimensionals on this. there. And take the edges off that. This has been a bit longer because you've had to watch me fussy cut a flower, so apologies for that. And you've had to watch me do this 3 times, which was not really part of the plan. So we're going to pop that on here near the top. Be good if we got it straight, wouldn't it? There we go, that's a bit better. Okay, so I'm going to put one flower here and put the other one down here. So we'll need a dimensional for that. I'm putting here. So I'll put a dimensional on the top there and then can stick down from the bottom. You can have a wee dimensional down there. And then I'll put some glue on the top. That's fine. And I'm going to just wind some of this around my fingers. Oh, if you want to see what this stupid dog is doing. She's just emptied my paper bin all over the floor. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to get a wee glue dot. If you watch my videos, you know I'm no good with ribbon or twine or anything, so I'm really trying to get out of my comfort zone and use it a bit more. So I'm going to pop that underneath there, like so, and then this will go over the top. Get some Tombow, add that to there, and that sit there, and Tombow goes there. See, and we can tease some of the okay. Maybe we could pop that back underneath. There we go, and we'll do the same with this one. Pop the flower up there, put a wee bit of Tombow at the bottom just to hold it in place. And there we have it. In theory, the card. Okay. So, we need to get a sentiment to put on the inside now, but that's the outside pretty much finished. Some silver embossing and the use of the stamps from the Elegantly Said bundle and also the punch from the Elegantly Said bundle. Yeah, it hasn't worked out quite as clean as I wanted it to, but okay, so there are another whole load of my teammates who are posting videos with the same wedding theme, so if you go to the description box below you should be able to watch their videos and get some more ideas from them, and I should be back next week with some more videos using the Elegantly Said bundle. And hopefully, as I said, I'll manage some extra ones with some of the other stuff from the new catalogue. Okay, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.